Relax, sit back as we fill your mind with spooky true crime stories of the deranged, unhinged, and absolute pure evil murders that will blow your mind. Some places we will visit to show you around and educate you on the history. Other times we will bring you to the paranormal because the dead never lie silent for too long.
Be the last time anybody sees us alive.
I don't know where she has us, but we're gonna get fucking killed. Hello? Gina, there is a beehive over there. Do you see that in the hole?
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Welcome to 50 States of Madness.
Welcome to 50 States of Madness.
Hi, welcome.
Welcome. I'm Gina.
I'm Shannon. I'm so happy that everybody's joining us.
Yeah.
For
How are
this
you?
episode. I'm doing really good.
We have our Christmas backdrops up.
We do.
We're celebrating.
'Tis the season.
Yes.
So, well, we were getting a lot of comments on
Yes.
some of our Chris Watson, Nichol Kessinger videos that we put up regarding the fact that we need to go and watch the full 5 hours of Chris Watts' interview. So we're doing a shoot the shit. So again, we're going to let people know if this is not your type of video to watch, if you like it scripted, if you like no errors, if you like a lot of photos, this is not the episode for you, but I wish you would stick around and just, we're just having a conversation. Gina and I are just going to, our shoot the shit episodes are just about us having conversations. They're really not edited. So you might hear a lot of our mistakes, a lot of our pausing, a lot of our forgetfulness, which I have a lot of, but it's just a conversation.
I'm just going to turn you down a little.
Oh, sorry.
You're kind of loud.
I'm pretty loud.
ears.
So today what we're going to do is we did download the interviews of him in the jail
Yes.
at, I want to say it's at the Dodge Correctional. Oh no, that's the one that's in.
This is after he was moved from Colorado.
After he was moved.
Yeah.
So
This was not in Colorado.
Okay. So it is.
And I only know that for a fact because, first of all, I want to preface this whole thing by saying I've listened to all 5 hours of it.
I did too.
And the first thing that came to my mind was how matter of fact these interviewers were. They were literally sitting, talking to him like you would sit down, I don't know, at the dining room table and talk to your family. Like they're laughing, giggling. I was a little put off by that.
I was a little annoyed with it too, with the, oh, what did you have for lunch? Oh, here this, and I understand they need to build a rapport to make them feel comfortable and open up. But he's already sitting in prison. He already admitted to the crime. They're just coming to him to clear up some other issues that were brought before them after he pled guilty or admitted to it. And then they wanted to just, get some of the details of what happened that night.
They say they have questions. They want to let him answer or ask questions. And that's all good. And I'm not saying like roll in there with a chip on your shoulder, but I probably would be a little more serious and not so nonchalant and just giggly.
I wouldn't be giggly. That was my thing too. I would not have been
like the female was just very
almost flirty giggly.
Yes.
It was weird.
It was very uncomfortable at points, like
to listen to.
Yeah.
And I hope this was the one a lot of the people who were commenting were referencing, because this is not him. I don't want people to mistake it for when he's in interrogation and he pleads when they have the videotape.
Right.
This is just audio tape of him already in jail. He already said that he did it.
Yes.
He was going to plead guilty.
Yeah. This was in February 18th, 2019. So this is a month after the murder.
Yeah. Shanann was murdered, and the children, all three children, Bella, Celeste, and Nico, their unborn son. And that was in August, September, October, November, December, January, February. Six months later.
So 6 months later.
I have to use my fingers, guys. So we're just going to listen to it
and it's not obviously, some of you guys, or the majority of you guys, I'm assuming, have heard it, and it's not the greatest recording. There's a lot of background noise. There's a lot of just they're in a jail cell. So I don't think they're actually in a jail cell.
No,
I
they
think
brought
they're
him to a
computer room or something, because he
a tech
comments
room.
he comments like, oh, we're in the
think
computer room and there's no computers.
Yes. It was like a multi-purpose room of some sort that they put him in. So we're just going to play the portion because it is a very long interview. So in this video, we're just going to play the portion where he's talking about his relationship with Nichol Kessinger.
Right.
And I was really interested in how he would describe it, because we've seen videos how she described it. We have a lot of people in the comments, and us included, who think that he was covering up for her.
Right.
That he knew that she was more involved than she really was. That's our personal opinion. It doesn't have to be everybody's.
Mm-hmm.
And you more than welcome to leave in the comments what you think. But we're going to play the portion where he describes it, because I was really interested in how he would describe it, because we'd get a lot of comments. I mean, I've had comments where, haven't you heard the interview? He met her in 2017 at a family picnic. I didn't hear that in this interview. So there must be other interviews out there that people are grabbing this from. This is just from February 18th, 2019.
Yeah. And
Just to be clear.
And again, we love your comments. We love to read them.
Love them.
And we
even if their opinions differ from us.
Of course, because Shannon and I don't always have the same opinion about, every single case. But when people start to come at you, and I understand that people are very, very, very passionate about this case. I totally understand that. But Shannon and I have, we had somebody comment like, you guys don't know what the hell you're talking about. You didn't know about this, that, the other. What about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? And I just, like, if you don't like our videos, then just stop and go to the next. Please don't waste your energy on leaving a rude comment, because this is not the place.
And we don't mind telling us that we're wrong. That wasn't the point of it. Like, say,
but don't
there's
say
a nice way. There's a nice way to say, like, hey,
you got this wrong.
This is what's wrong. Maybe check here. Lead us in that direction. We are more than welcome, and that's what we do. We watch a lot of videos. We weren't as much on this case as some of
we're not
you
experts
out
on
there,
this case,
on any of our cases that we come across.
Yeah.
We are excited to learn more about this one, because it seems like there are a lot of deception, lies, details that are missing. They
Conspiracies about this case.
So much. And so much with Nichol Kessinger and how they treated her so differently than other people who have been brought in for questioning. So it does raise an eyebrow, and it does have us questioning, and it is getting us interested in diving into a lot of these other videos, a lot of these other that maybe a lot of you have already gone into. But welcome if you haven't, because this is the place to come for the information. You can be on the same page with us, where we're just learning, or we're just coming across this again and refreshing our memory about this case. This is the place for you, and this is what we're going to talk about today. So I'm excited. So we are going to start from the time when the officers start asking him if he's had other affairs, because multiple people have come forward saying that they slept with them. He's denied them all except for Nicole. So he's claiming that he's had no other affairs prior to Nicole. Right. So I'm going to go ahead and play it so we can listen to it.
Do you feel comfortable enough today to tell us if there were other people?
Yeah, it was just Nicole.
Okay. And that was it? As these people have come out, for the most part, we've not given their stories much credit. They're just crazy people who want attention. But when that does happen, it does make us think, there may have been others. And so Nicole was the only one?
I was the only one.
Was there ever like a one-night stand with someone else just out of the blue and one and done?
No.
Okay. All right.
So there he's claiming that he's never had any one-night stands. He's only been with Nicole.
And he mentions, I don't remember like in the 5 hours at what part of the video he mentions it, but he does say like, I'm shy, I'm like, this wasn't in my nature to, like, it never even crossed my mind to ever have an affair or ever step out on her.
Yeah.
Ever.
He was never really a pursuer
Right.
of some sort.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he said he had to pursue Shanann, but he felt flattered.
Right.
Because Nicole was
But I mean,
coming
when you're
after,
in a
but-
relationship, to step outside of your relationship, he said, like, it never entered my mind until her.
Okay, let's see. Then let's
Yeah.
move on with this one and see where he goes from here. And the background is something that we can't
Yeah, we can't
alter.
That's just
it's
what
the
it
way the
is.
recording is.
Yeah.
Do you mind if we talk a little bit more about Nicole? So walk me through it, because that was one of the things we never really got to ask you about.
Right, we didn't
Just
talk
kind of skipped on and talked about where the girls were, but so what happened there?
So it was probably around June 1st or something. That's when I first met her. And it was just like a work conversation. She messed with the gas meters that, we were out in the field. And I was messing up. And then, I took it to her like, hey, what's going on with this? Like, how do I fix it? And, after that, we just ran into each other a few times in the office. And I think it was probably the fourth time meeting. She had asked me, because like when we were talking back and forth, I would say, like we moved here from Colorado or from North Carolina, stuff like that. And then she's like, what's all this weed stuff become? Like, I took out my phone and showed her a picture, like, my girl's on the phone. It's like, oh, okay. She's like, so I'm like, yeah, but, I didn't wear.
So I just want
Disgusting.
so I just want to say, if you can't hear, he's saying that they met only on June 1st. So we've talked about this before. How can you do that much for somebody who you just met
Yeah.
2 months before you kill your family for this girl that you've only known since June 1st, he says. Second, he talks about I just went blank.
Hmm?
The
What?
second,
The way that he just talks so like this.
No.
This seems very easy for him to talk about. And it's just his tone of voice when he's talking about this stuff. I can't.
he doesn't have a lot of emotion. And there are some videos that I watched and they try to describe why, because of how he was raised, his mother, blah, 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 blah. But the man has no feeling. He talks about, even when he talks about killing his family, it's just so nonchalant. And if you haven't heard that part, we did post it
Yeah.
about a week ago or a few days ago, where you can hear that portion of the video where he talks about the night he murders his wife and his children. If you're willing to sit through that, it's disgusting.
It's very hard.
It's
very
a hard listen. But no, the fact that he starts talking about how Nicole was like, "Who's this we?" We already know Nicole knows the we,
Of course, because you were searching her on social media
since the year before, September
Yeah.
of the year before, of 2017.
Yes.
You already knew about his wife and children.
Mm-hmm.
And so for her to be like, who's this we stuff?
But it's disgusting that he's even. I mean, and at this point, I don't know if he's considering going out with her or where his mind was at this point. But he's showing her pictures of his children.
And his wife was on his lock screen.
Yeah, like.
His wife and his kids. Yeah. So here we go.
I was like, oh, okay. She's like, so I'm like, yeah, like, I didn't wear a ring to work because like I sent off so I get refitted when I lost all that weight. So, but
You lost so much weight that your fingers lost weight?
yeah, it was literally like I was out in the snow one time. I went like that, and my ring went off on the rocks. So I was just like, I was panicking trying to find. I was like, I can't wear this anymore. But so after that, she left me alone for a couple days, and she texted me outside in the field. And then after that, we just kept texting back and forth, and it was just, just like she used to work in a little rig out in North Dakota, I think. And we just kind of sharing the stories back and forth about what we did and everything. And then one day it just kind of went to a different level, and then I never thought it would ever go to that level. But she was talking about meeting up after we got back from San Diego. Yeah, we go to San Diego from the 22nd to the 26th of June. And we met up after.
And that was that vacation that there's really cute pictures of him and Shanann holding like on a boat or some sort or
Yep.
near the water. And
And then he says I'm sure we'll get to it, but
Okay.
then he says like the whole month of July, he was with Nicole. He
Yeah.
was never in his home.
Yeah, because
Shanann
went
and the
to
kids were
North
gone.
Carolina.
And
Yeah.
so he wasn't even in his own home.
Yeah.
After you meet this girl in 1 month? I don't know.
I don't know.
After we got back, and
How did you guys meet up?
at a park in Thornton. Thornton somewhere. And after that, we just kept seeing each other pretty much the whole month of July.
So let me ask you this. You tell me if I'm wrong. You strike me as somewhat of a shy person. So when you guys were meeting, it was just kind of very initiatory, like flirting at first? Okay. From both sides?
Yeah, it was just kind of like feeling each other out. It was kind of like,
Yeah. And so texts and calls?
more near the end of June,
Okay. And what makes you remember that it's June that it happened?
because we called each other before I left to go to San Diego.
Oh, okay. All right. At first, did you think something might happen?
I just thought it was just flirting. I didn't think it was actually like something that would actually happen.
Yeah. Well, it's totally natural, right? I mean, everyone kind of flirts at work, right? Because the relationship between men and women is different. So if you're working with a girl at work, it's just kind of natural.
Did you want to say
Stop
something?
it, yes.
I saw you. I saw your reaction on that one.
Okay, yeah. When I heard that, like I said, I'm already having like, I don't know, wishy-washy feelings about both of them interviewing him, but why would you say something like that? You're just confirming that what he did was okay.
Yeah, it's funny how even we saw it in Nicole's interviews, how even the leading, like, but
they lead
you,
him in this interview,
yes.
like they tell him what to say.
What to say, like, but you didn't mean to. Oh, you lost a lot of, it's just, you seem like a really shy person. Oh, yeah, I am.
Yeah, they're not.
Why are you?
Whose side are you on here?
Yeah, why are you not just letting him answer the questions? Why are you prompting him or giving him answers?
But the whole
It's
thing
weird.
with him saying this whole like, oh yeah, it's normal to cheat
Yeah,
to
it
flirt at
happened,
work.
yeah.
Like, who flirts at
At
work?
I'm all, nope, it's not. And it's just so
Especially
bizarre.
when you're married.
Yeah, and so you're making it okay. And I don't know if it's that, again, like I said, that trying to make him feel comfortable, trying to give him that level of comfort, like, hey, I'm right here with you. I know what you're talking about. But at this point, the guy already confessed. You're going over there to get information for either a trial or whatever you're going over there for your information
Yeah.
for. Why?
This,
I don't get it.
Their whole attitude about this.
Is almost nonchalant too. Like,
It
kind of-
is.
Yeah, like, you remember that this is Shanann, 4-year-old Bella, 3-year-old Cece,
Well,
and an
he'll-
unborn baby.
And he'll say like a couple times, I know this is really hard to talk about. Yes, we know.
Yes.
Just ask the question. Like, you don't have to keep reiterating that.
Don't tippy toe around him.
No.
He's a murderer.
Yeah, make
He-
him uncomfortable.
The man was able to take his wife in a truck,
Mm-hmm.
cover her up with bag over her face with 2 kids in the back seat.
While one
Watch it.
She watched him drag her down the stairs.
And then she watched him smother her sister.
Yeah, like really? And we're gonna tippy toe around.
And we're
this
going to be
dude?
like, oh my goodness, I know this is really hard for you.
Totally
No.
natural to flirt at work. Don't
The-
worry about it.
That night was hard. Yeah, it's crazy.
So
stupid.
I wish I was just out in the field more instead of out of the office those that month.
Yeah. Kind of see it in your eyes. That's kind of where the path started, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if I was like, because when I went from like a rover to a field coordinator, like I would spend more time in the morning time in the office trying to get everything like situated where we're going to go and everything like that. And, if I was a rover, I'd be more out in the field, and instead of like coming to the office like for more than an hour.
Right.
It just gave me more time to run into her, pretty much.
Yeah. What did she know about you? Did she know you were married at first?
She did once I showed her the pictures on the phone. Like, the home screen picture.
She knew
Was your
before
wife
that.
in that picture, or was it just your girls?
It was just my girls right there, but my wife was the lock screen.
Oh.
So she knew I was married with my kids.
Are you aware that she said she didn't know you were married? What did you think about that?
I figured it was like just trying to save face, trying to, just trying to. And something my sister said, it was like just trying to keep things together.
Yeah.
Just trying. She phrased it a different way, but just kind of like. It's like ground control, just trying to control everything that's going on around her, because I'm sure she got bombarded by all kinds of different sides from the media and everything. So.
Oh, poor
talked to
baby.
her at all?
I know.
No.
I'm hoping she hasn't written me in a different alias or something. I'm not talking to her that way.
Oh.
Okay, because there's some rumors out there that she was writing him and contacting him under a different name.
Yes.
Isn't that strange that he would bring that
They
up
bring it up.
in that interview?
Yep.
That raised a red flag for me. That's
Of
told
course.
me
Yeah.
she's doing it. He knows she's doing it.
Of course.
Oh, I really hope she's not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah, you know exactly.
You
what's
know
going
she's
on.
doing it. Because it was just so strange that he would bring that up.
Yes.
It wasn't even kind of part of the conversation.
It had nothing to do with it at
No.
all.
And he just kind of threw it out there. That was weird.
It's ridiculous.
And those of you who don't know that there is a rumor that she contacted him under an alias, was
Which
writing to
I
him,
believe
trying
was
to talk to
under
him.
a man's name.
Oh, was it?
I
Oh,
think
okay.
so. Yeah.
See, he knows.
Yeah.
And are you not allowed to talk to her?
I would hope that.
Okay. No one's told.
I would hope,
Hope
not.
Well, the detective, and you're not allowed to talk to her?
I mean,
Come on, dude. Come on. I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe because we're not investigators, maybe they're supposed to act dumb. Yes, I don't know.
I don't know what else to say.
I know.
Do that then.
No, I mean, I would expect I thought in Colorado it said on a DOC list that if you're on a victim list, you can't call anybody.
Oh, right.
But here, I'm not sure if that's the same. But
I'm sorry, she's not a victim, but okay, I'm sorry. Okay, go on. If you're on a victim list, neither of you are victims here. But it's because she should be on a watch list or as a suspect list. and
Yes.
both suspects should not be communicating
Exactly.
with each other. That's what it should be.
I just talked to my sister, parents, some friends of my parents.
Do you wish you could talk to her?
Maybe once, just to
Get some closure?
say hey, just once.
Yeah.
Just to say, hey, I'm sorry this all happened. I'm sorry. I'm not sure, what happened, afterwards, what you went through, if you had, counseling, if you're, different state, if you had to leave everything behind. I just wanted to let you know I'm sorry, and that this is not something I ever saw in my life happening or happening to somebody else either.
I know exactly where she's at and what she's doing, but I'm going to
He is
pretend.
a moron.
Yeah. No, he's playing it off oh, I wish I can reach out to, because, to find out if she's, if she left state, if she, where she's at, and she's contacted you. Yeah.
Would you be all right if we told her that?
That's fine.
Do you want us to? Do you want us not to?
And if she would want to even talk to you guys, then I'm not sure if someone contacted I'm sure.
Why are we helping him out?
Yeah.
Let me pass along a message to the lady who murdered your children.
Who might have been there and carrying your kids out to the car?
Why
Yeah.
don't you just write down right here what you want me to tell her? I'll pass her.
I'll pass on the
pass a
love
little
note.
note for her. Oh my God! Come on.
I know.
And maybe it's all for play. Maybe it's just to make him feel comfortable, whatever the case may be. But
It's just a little irritating.
it's just
to listen to.
it's too much.
If I was the family of Shanann, the mother and father of Shanann, I'd be pissed.
Well, and maybe these people interviewing him, maybe they have their, maybe they've been to acting school or something, and I just couldn't do this because
I wear it on my face.
Yeah,
it's really hard for me to hide.
I wouldn't be able to not roll my eyes and come across the table with this guy.
Yeah, no, for sure.
She'd answer your phone call more than attorney phone call that she didn't want to go answer.
Yeah.
Oh, so your attorney tried to call her and she wouldn't answer?
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember her phone number, but after that they figured out, I guess, where she lived. They left a call, business card there. And she just, pretty much after like the 5th attempt, she said stop. Stop going around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's getting bombarded like everyone else, so.
Aww.
Hopefully it's calmed down since, but.
Oh, that's aww.
But I'm sure, like, I just hope she can, like, I'm not, there's, like, normalcy for her, since she's on the outside, but I'm hoping it can get that way at some point. I'm not sure if she had to leave Colorado or not, but I'm sure, like, that would have been hard if she did.
Mm-hmm.
Shanann and Darker was her dream job, so that's the one thing I always, like, asked my attorneys is, like, did she have to leave? Like, did she have to do anything at work? Because that was one thing, so she always told me that was her dream job, so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
He has more concern for her than he did for his wife.
That's
and
what I'm
kids that
saying.
he-
I
it's
just don't like, sir, your wife and your children are no longer here because of this woman, and you're worried about if she still has a job at Anadarko.
Yeah.
Because that was her dream job, and you're worried about if she's still in Colorado or did she have to leave the state? I mean,
Okay. I'll tell you this much. She has a better life than Shanann and the kids at this point, regardless of what she had to do, right?
man,
It's amazing.
Where does she meet?
Like an oil company in Anadarko is like, I mean, unless you're working for like BP or like kind of Phillips or something.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Anadarko's like,
Those like big leagues.
yeah.
Can I ask you kind of a tough question? Did you love her?
I felt like it was true.
Yeah. I think so too. I think it was the same from her. Okay.
Why would he say that? I think it was the same for her.
you think that you love somebody and you're going to murder his wife and his children, so that proves that she loved him?
And you think, yeah, it's just, I don't know.
Tell us about the time spent with her.
Well, I mean, it felt like it was, I think, like when you said, like, more like a shy guy, it's kind of like I've never, like, been pursued by anybody before. It's kind of like I was the one, trying to pursue. Because, like, when me and Shanann met, it was like, she was always, like, pushing me away, kind of like,
She was sick for a while, right?
Oh, yeah, she had just got diagnosed with lupus, and she was on, like, a bunch of different medications and stuff. And, it was, like, I guess I wasn't her type. And
You weren't her type?
I wasn't her type. Because, like, she told me, like, when she first, because we had met.
She told you that?
Yeah.
You're not
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, it was like, when we first met, like, it was at a movie theater. My cousin's ex-wife set us up.
You were dressed like shit, weren't you?
I didn't.
I think that's what you told me.
Yeah, I didn't know, like, that.
They didn't have any games?
So she was fancy and he was in like shorts and tennis shoes or something, right?
Shoes and, like, I should have known the doorman, was in a suit.
That's the part that irritated me too.
Doesn't it sound like they're just a bunch of friends sitting around a table bullshitting?
Yeah, they're friends. Oh my God, you dressed like shit, didn't you? Oh my God, you didn't dress good, did you?
They sound like they're recording a Shoot the Shit episode.
Thank you. They're interviewing him for one of their podcasts.
Yeah, the laughing and I just can't.
Yeah, that
Because
part
I feel like
irritated
some
me.
of this stuff, like, you can be a good actor if you want, but some stuff you can't fake. That's just them laughing. Like, she's truly laughing and just
they're having a good time,
chumming it up with this guy.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It is.
Just like, this isn't good. Like, when
Was it a theater?
It was a fancy theater, right?
It was in Charlotte. It was called the Epicenter, and apparently they give you like champagne and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, this is a fancy date night theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he came like he was going to a
Like I was,
Cinemax, like
I was going to a pond.
like AMC.
White theater?
No, it was like you just watch the normal movie, but like you can like drink champagne and like have like a Jack and Coke inside the theater and just sit there and just whatever. But like, yeah.
If I didn't know the context, if I didn't know that, like, if I just heard that one clip, I swear I would have thought that was either his sister or his friend.
Yeah.
Talking about her seeing him go to this place. Like, she's literally talking about it as she was there, or they had talked about it before, which they probably had. That's how she knows about it.
Yeah, and that's what she says, like, oh, isn't that what you told me?
Yeah. But
why are, like,
yeah.
why are we laughing? What's all the laughing about?
Yeah. You're interviewing him.
Yeah, you can still say
interview.
that without laughing. You could say, oh, yeah, in our talk that we had before, the last time we discussed this, you said that, you know, you were dressed like this, or, you know, this is where you went.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a little strange.
No.
That's when she first saw me. She was like, I should probably just turn and talk to the bartender a little more. Like, no, I'm not here to meet. But yeah, like, I was like persistent, trying to pursue something. I liked her, and even on our first date, like, I couldn't even eat anything really. I was just like, you know, just nervous. Yeah, really. Yeah, she was just like, you know, chowing down. And she was like, you eat like a bird. I'm like, oh, that's fine. And she talked to my parents, like, you know, months later. She's like, this guy just never ate. He's like, this guy eats like a trash disposal. I was like, no, not around me. I was like, well, I'm just nervous. I was just like, I was always like shaking and everything. But yeah, I was always pursuing her, and then just like finally I grew onto her. Like, you know, I would always like with her medications and stuff. I would always like, she had like 8 bottles of medications, so I would always get like her day and nights and kind of like put them all in that little, you know, flip open pill box, yeah, all that kind of stuff. And I would always, you know, be around her. I even went to her colonoscopy. And she said after that she knew I was like kind of a keeper. It's like, you know, who goes to a colonoscopy after 3 months with somebody?
Okay. A little soon.
Hold on. First of all, when you go to a colonoscopy with somebody, you are not in the room while they are tubing your butt.
No, you're not.
Okay, you drop somebody off, they go in, they have a procedure done at the hospital, and you drive them home. Okay, that was no sweat off your back, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like,
but hearing, like, I feel like he did care for Shanann in the beginning. Like, I feel like he had a true relationship. Like, he cared
did,
for her, he
but
loved
like,
her.
I guess after the fact, to hear him say like, oh yeah, well, she just got diagnosed with lupus, and I set all her little pills up in the little pill case, and blah,
he's
blah,
making
blah.
him sound like he's
like, look at me,
the
look
hero.
at all the stuff I did
all the
for
stuff
her.
I did for her. Yeah, no, that is true.
Well, she asked if she needed a ride. I'm like, yeah. She's like, you want to go to colonoscopy with me? I'm like, sure, why not? Like, I even sat with her while she drank that nasty stuff all day. Yeah.
Oh. Where she's in the bathroom all day.
That's a good test.
that clear stuff that doesn't really taste clear. Yeah, but yeah, it was. I mean, it felt like it was a great relationship. Everything was great.
Now you're talking about with Kessinger?
No, with Tom Shanann, and like in the first year, you know, like, you know, my parents never. I don't know. My mom was always kind of hesitant.
Why?
I was the baby, I guess. I never, you know, because I never had a girlfriend in high school, so it's kind of like she never like really saw me like.
Oh, interesting. So she's kind of watching her baby walk out a little bit.
Yeah, because when I turned 18, I graduated. I never moved back.
Okay.
At home, so my sister moved back and forth all the time. So
how old were you when you met Shanann?
I was 25. It was 2010. So
okay.
So no serious girlfriends before that?
Nothing more than like 6 months or so. Yeah, there was some girls here and there, but just nothing more than like, you know, the last girlfriend I had before Shanann, she was just actually got divorced, and I should never did that. But it was more of like I was kind of like helping her get through her divorce. It seemed like she went on to somebody else. I'm like, oh, nice to know.
He's such the hero in every relationship, isn't he?
Yeah, this is just like a look at me, look at me, look at me.
Such a great guy.
You're the rebound guy?
The rebound guy.
Pretty much. But, you know, that's how it goes.
Would you say that in your relationships with women, it seems to me, and you tell me if I'm wrong, it seems to me like
Feeding him again.
you're attracted to maybe a more dominant personality?
It seemed like it because I'm more of the just reserved. I mean, I just kind of like go with the flow type.
Yeah.
But then like Shanann usually made all the decisions. It seemed like so.
I get that. I'm the same. Yeah. I don't
don't think that's right with you, but
So then, and I know it's hard to keep bouncing back and forth, but and one of the reasons we're here is we just keep telling ourselves, Chris just does not fit the mold. Chris does not.
No.
Like it just blows us away what happened, right? And so we will do a little bit of bouncing back and forth, and that's really just to get to know you a little bit better. Because we never really got that chance to. We were
Met you
talking
twice.
Yeah.
Met you once.
Yeah.
Probably like remember 3 or 4 times probably.
So then do you call her Nikki or Nicole?
I always call her Nikki.
Okay.
I know there's so many Nickis and Nicoles in this.
Right, there is.
I got confused.
So we'll call her Nikki.
And we're
There's
gonna say,
2.
Yeah, it's
There's
just
not many.
the friend of
Yes.
Shanann was also Nikki.
The one who foiled your plan.
Yes.
So then with Nikki, was it different?
It just seemed like I was more in control, it seemed like. And that never happened. Like she actually like asked me like my opinion on a lot of things and just like what I wanted to do and just kinda like okay.
It was new, wasn't it?
Very new.
Oh, that's fascinating to me. And so did it feel more like an equal partnership or?
It seemed like it.
Yeah. Okay. So then when it was date night, would you guys talk about it? Would you ask to go somewhere? Or would she say, I want to go somewhere? Was it too fast?
The first time we went out, it was to a movie over at the Orchard, off the 144th over there. And I asked her, like, hey, you want to go see this movie? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. And we got there, it was sold out. And, normally probably just have, just wait 2 hours, just go home. But now she just wanted to walk around and just talk. I'm like, okay.
Oh, wow.
So that was different. And, I think she wanted to go to the car museum, Shelby Museum in Boulder. I've never been there. And
That was right up your alley.
Oh, yeah. I was just like, that was awesome just to walk around cars for like an hour or so. And then, drag race in Vandermeer.
Okay.
And I haven't been to a drag race since 2008. And that was in Charlotte.
Okay.
They have a fueling drag strip over there. And it's like the NHRA, the Top Fuel and fun car stuff like me and my dad used to grow up and just go there like all the time. And then went to camping in Sand Dunes National Park. And I'd never been camping, I always wanted to do it. Thought she'd done it like countless times.
Oh, really? Okay. She's outdoorsy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess every time she needed to clear her head, she'd just go by herself, just go somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
But she's a completely new type of person in relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What were you thinking this whole time?
In the back of my head, I was just telling myself, what are you doing? Every time, I'd open up my phone, I could see pictures and of my wife and my kids, and just what am I doing? And then every time I was with her, it seemed like I didn't think. It seemed like it was like a blinder that was in my face.
Oh.
And I just kind of highlighted that when I heard it and read it on a transcript. Isn't that kind of some of our listeners have left comments about black magic, witchcraft, putting spells, he didn't feel like he was himself.
Mm-hmm.
And he does make a few comments
and I feel like too, when he says that he was able to be more in control with Nicole and that Shanann had a very strong personality and kind of was, always the one that wanted to be in control of what they did in the relationship and everything. But you obviously knew that when you married her.
And you allowed it.
So
you
if
were
that's
fine with it.
Not the kind of person that you are attracted to and that's not what you wanted, why did you marry her?
Yeah.
So, I just feel like this whole thing is just excuse after excuse after excuse.
Well, I think too, he was heavy set.
Yeah.
He started losing weight.
Right.
Started feeling good about himself. He felt lucky he had Shanann. He got married. And then now he's got this sense of self-confidence.
Yeah.
And he has this girl pursuing him. So all of a sudden, leave her then.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Every time I look back on it, pictures of my wife and kids and myself. And like every night, or every morning, every night, I just, talk to them, say like I have like this book. I used to read for CC.
I'm sorry, I don't see why he should be allowed to have pictures of his wife and his kids
No.
up in his cell.
No.
I really don't think so.
I
don't think he should have the privilege of being able to ever
Nope.
see their faces again.
Never.
And I remember that book, so I read that to them like every night. And like there's some scripture and stuff that I read to them, so I just try to think back. Like I wish this never happened. I wish that blinder wasn't on my head, right in my eyes.
I wish that blinder was not over my head or my eyes, so I can see what's going on.
Everybody says, "Oh, you're just out there having fun while your kids, or kids and wife are on vacation." I'm just like, no, it wasn't like that. But it seemed like that's what it looks like when you're going,
That's what it was.
Going camping, going to drag race, going all that other stuff.
Not what it looked like. It was.
Doing with somebody else. It's not your family. It just didn't seem right. With her, it just didn't seem like I could even see that anymore. I was there at her house.
When he was with her, he didn't see that
so
anymore.
It was like I didn't have that time at home just to really think about anything. Because literally, I was only at home from when I got home from work. I worked out, I ate dinner, and then I went over to her house. I never slept in my house the whole month of July.
The whole month of July.
Now, talk me through that though. When you said you went home and then you were at her house, was that while Shanann was gone? Oh, okay. So you weren't even at your house.
No.
This all happened so quickly, didn't it?
It was insane quickly. She even told me she was never in a normal relationship. She would never have somebody over at her house more than once or twice a week. But she felt like she wanted me over there.
Yeah.
She said she felt comfortable over there. Yeah. So it was just that's what was different. She wanted me over there. But I just wish that all that would just go away. I just wish I almost I know it's hard. I know it's wrong to say I wish I never met somebody, but I wish I'd maybe met her at work and then just kept it that way.
I think if we had a time machine, I don't think this would happen again. Because some people, when this happens, you're like, well, if it wasn't this time, it would have been next time, or it would have been the next time. This just wouldn't have happened with you, would it?
Oh, I think
so quickly that
I think it would have. I don't think.
I mean, to hear him say those little things, the blinder, it does kind of make you think, what did she do to him? What hold did she have on him?
Yeah, for somebody who just met you, and then all.
I mean, but again,
he got wrapped up in a new relationship.
I mean, and again, I know it goes all over the place about when they actually met each other. They met at the gym. They met at the 4th of July fireworks show, and he introduced her to Shanann and the kids. I know there's a lot of back and forth about all of that. And she knew of them.
Yes.
Because she was
definitely
searching, social media profiles.
She knew who he was.
Whatever. But maybe I feel like hearing him talk now again, this is the second or third time that I've listened to this, but hearing him say those things, maybe she did have some,
I mean, that
I don't
out
know,
there, some kind of hold or spell
something,
yeah,
to make him, I don't know.
you tell me if I'm wrong. You're not the type of guy to take control sometimes when you need to.
Yeah,
it seems like that's just what happened.
Yeah, I didn't take control of the situation. It just the situation controlled me.
Right, it just happened.
The situation controlling me.
I'm somewhat passive myself, and it's there's situations where I'm like, well, why did I let that keep going?
Yeah, I don't know why. It was like a roller coaster ride that I just kept punching the ticket on and just never let me get up.
Can we talk about the hardest subject? So when we were talking, the last time we talked, the last thing we talked about was where the girls were.
Okay, I'm going to stop right there because we have another video up that talks about the night
Yeah.
of the murders. So that was his take on Kessinger. And at
their
some
relationship.
point, but at some point, because it's not in this portion of it, but at some point he actually says that it felt like he's referring to Kessinger, Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying it felt like she had a leash on him and she was able to tug him away from Shanann.
Yeah, I mean, clearly.
So,
I mean, that's very, very clear to see.
yeah.
And listening to him, he knows what he's doing is wrong because he keeps saying, like, I know what this looks like. My wife and my kids are gone and I'm over here having fun, going here, going there, you know, whatever the case may be. He knew what he was doing, but he knew it was wrong, but couldn't stop.
Lots of men have affairs.
And
They
again,
don't all kill their wife and kids.
exactly.
What pushed him to that point, or who?
I want to know, like, and I'm sure we probably will never get this answer, but, you know, in the perfect world, I want to know, like, number one, whose idea was this? Who brought this up? And what did that conversation sound like?
Because I don't think it was a snap decision.
Yeah, I'm sure they didn't just sit down at dinner and be like, hey, yo, you want to bump off the kids and the wife tonight?
Yeah. Well, and I don't think his was like, I don't think it was an immediate like, oh, she pissed me off that night and I don't know what, you know, because how he kind of describes it, how
yes,
kind of pissed off. It was just a spur of the moment decision.
Yes, no,
I don't think
not
it
at
was.
all. Mm-mm.
I think it was something because the way everything that happened afterwards,
It was planned.
it was planned. It's obvious. It wasn't, he knew where he was going to be taking them. There's a reason why he was taking them there. There's a lot of speculation, a lot of theories out there. Please leave it in the comments what you think. Do you, you know, I know a lot of
and
you
even if
say
you guys
Black
don't
Magic,
agree with us, like, I mean,
there's so much out there that we do teeter back and forth sometimes too.
Yeah.
We listen to one thing, we're like, wait a second, and we listen to another. So give us your thoughts on it. Let us know.
I'm still up in the air. Like, you know, I feel like, I don't know. Again, like, just the things that he's saying, like, is it possible for somebody to, like, take control of your mind and, like, the way you think and the things that you do? And, you know, she was probably the only person that he had contact with during that time. Nobody else was talking to him. He was just listening to everything that she's saying. So I'm sure it was very easy for her to control him.
Persuade him.
Mm-hmm.
Even if she didn't say those words, somehow this entered his brain at some point.
Yeah.
And that's just it. Was there an
Where it
ultimatum
went.
that was given? Was there, you know, you don't, and maybe not necessarily get rid of or kill permanently, but maybe some sort of ultimatum. Is that what freaked her out when she started deleting all her messages to him, from him,
Yeah.
all the friends, you know? So there's a lot, and still more needs to be uncovered. So we really appreciate the feedback, the comments that you're leaving for us. So let us know what you think about this one, please.
Yes. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we will, you know, continue to do videos like this, or if there's a different format that you guys like, we're just trying to, I guess, catch up, because I feel like there's new developments every single day.
Or
with this case.
For us.
At
Anyways.
least. Yeah. So if there's something specific that you guys
Definitely.
want us to, like, touch on with this case or another case, then just let us know.
Please shoot us a message.
Yep.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank
Have
you.
a good night.
Bye.
Bye.